Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So I want to follow up on the video that I did discussing the different types of Vodou. This time I'm going to give y'all some examples of the differences, namely between West African Vodun and Vodou on the islands. So first off, West African Vodun is kind of like a sister tradition to Isheshe. So you're going to see a lot more similarities to Isheshe than you are going to see to Vodou on the islands. For example, we do not have Egungun on the island. We also do not have the Fa divination system. It's also known as the Afa or Ifa divination system. That does not exist on the island at all. We don't even know what that is. There's also no direct syncretization of the spirits between the Vodun and the Loi. For example, they say that Hevioso and Shango are the same. They also say that Shakbata and Babaluaye are the same. Even though Isheshe and West African Vodun are two different traditions, they do recognize those spirits to be synonymous with one another. Now, as far as voodoo on the island, we don't know nothing about what West African Vodun has going on. Alright, so there's also no Haitian revolution, obviously, in West Africa. And Haitian Vodou, as we know it today, is largely based on the Haitian Revolution. It's not only based on the Haitian Revolution, but it is largely based on the ancestors that played leadership roles in the Haitian Revolution, and lois were created in honor of their lives. Another thing is that the attire is very different. The women in West African Vodun are allowed to show a lot more skin, whereas that is completely inappropriate in Vodou on the island. Alright, so initiation in West African Vodun takes 3 months. Initiation to Haitian Vodou is usually like 1 week to 21 days, depending on the house, the lineage, and how they're going about doing things. In West African Vodun, they initiate you to a specific shrine, such as Legba, Shakbata, Dun, or Mamiwata. We don't do that in Vodou on the islands. On the island, we initiate to the 21 nations. We don't really have the consecrated shrines the way that they have in West African Vodou either. In West Africa, they do not have the Day of the Dead or Carnival. There are no Petwo or Gede spirits in West Africa. Now, does West Africa have hot spirits and spirits that represent the dead? Yes. But our Petwo and Gede nations are specific to our islands. And lastly, there's no Veve in West Africa. You'll see the drawing of sigils in Haitian Vodou. You'll also see it in Cuba in Palo Mayombe. You see it in Brazil in Quimbanda. And you'll also see it in Maria Leonza in Colombia and Venezuela. So just because we may refer to a tradition as an ATR doesn't mean that everything originates from Africa. There were spiritual systems that were already put in place on these lands. Now, some bits and pieces of things were borrowed from how we did things in Africa, but you absolutely cannot take away from the influence of these indigenous spirits. So be careful out there when you're giving information. When you lump everything into the same category, you end up throwing away someone's history.